Hello there, and welcome to my media journal compilation video. In this video, you'll find 2 to 3 different topics for my media usage each day that I'll talk about and kind of express how it made me feel. Throughout, you'll probably hear my dog Bowie. He's everywhere that I am, and I hope you enjoy it. Hello there, it's day 1 of the media journal. Well, today I started my day with work, and while I work, I listen to podcasts. One that I frequently listen to is the Joe Rogan podcast, and I like it because it's a broad range of different topics, different kinds of people that he brings on, and since he's been on Spotify, there's no advertisements. So the other podcast that I listened to today was the Daily Show with Trevor Noah, Ears Edition. And I like to listen to it mainly because it delivers the news in a comical way, but it is a very democratic viewpoint. So that is something that I have to take into consideration while I'm listening to Trevor Noah and really assess what my viewpoints are. My social media use today was mindless scrolling through Facebook and Instagram, but I did see a pretty good NSYNC video from probably the late 90s, and it sent me into a 90s rabbit hole that took me a few minutes to recover from. So that's it for today's media usage. Hi there, it's Friday, October 2nd, and while I did watch some television today on Netflix and a movie as well, I wanted to focus on some of my social media consumption. I made sure to pay close attention to the advertisements that came up on my Facebook timeline or on videos that I was watching. And today it was both Reverend Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff, who are both running for Senate, and it was brought to me by the Georgia Action Fund, which I don't know very much about, and I don't know much about either of those candidates. So it's very interesting that those are coming to me. Maybe they are just trying to help me along on my media politics assignment. Another interesting thing was I was reading an article about President Trump testing positive for coronavirus. In the middle of the article was an advertisement for Merrell's hiking boots, which I have recently been researching some new hiking boots. So that conveniently popped up in the middle of an article about Trump. That's all for today. We'll see you tomorrow. It's day 3 of my media usage, and today I spent a good portion of the day in the woods as my boyfriend ran a half marathon, and I was there to support him in Dahlonega. So later in the day, I did get on social media and got greeted again by negative John Ossoff ads by the Georgia Action Fund. And also, I looked into the effectiveness of blue light glasses and then was presented with advertisements for them on my Facebook feed, which is always interesting to see how that data kind of leaks over and is used to market to me when they see that I'm looking into something. Other than that, we watched the second to last Harry Potter movie, and I honestly didn't pick up much as far as any ad placement or anything like that. They were trying to put up just good old family fun. That's it for now. Hello there. It is October 4th, day 4 of the media usage. Today I did spend most of my day catching up on schoolwork. I watched a documentary for my social problems class, and then I did a bunch of online homework. But I did participate in some social media scrolling, my favorite form of distraction. I got to see some more John Ossoff ads, so I'm really inclined to do something around our Senate run for our media political project. I also had some Chewy ads pop up which is strange because we've been saying all weekend in my house that we need to buy more dog treats. So Chewy is showing itself, and I also had some ads from a company called United by Blue, which I think kind of just targeted me, as they do work with removing plastic from the oceans, and that's something I've looked into, and I try to buy from companies that participate in that kind of thing. So that's all for today, and we'll see you tomorrow. Hi there, it's October 5th, day 5 of my media journal. Today's media usage was pretty low, considering I was at school most of the day and doing a lot of homework. One thing I did notice today was in an episode of The Office I was watching this evening. It's one that I've seen before, but I never paid much attention to the car that was being driven. It's an episode called The Duel, and Andy, one of the characters, attempts to run over one of his coworkers with his Prius, and they kind of hint at the fact that it's electric, and that's how he is able to sneak up on him. Another strange thing that came up in my ads on social media was an advertisement for Whirlpool. I was watching an Ellen video, so maybe they thought that because I liked daytime TV, I needed a new washing machine. So those are just a few of the things that crossed my media mind today. That's all. Hi there, I'm coming at you on October 6, 2020, aka my 28th birthday. Today has been a day full of birthday calls and birthday messages and birthday posts. So overall today, it's been a good social media day for me. The only negative is seeing of the passing of Eddie Van Halen, a guitar legend and one of the greats. The only real time that I've spent, I caught an ad for shampoo, which is something I'm always concerned about with this much hair and always doing research on. So they're always trying to sell me some sort of shampoo. Other than that, I played Pictionary with my family and ate tacos for dinner. So it's been a really good media day, and that I didn't consume too much of it. See you tomorrow. Hi there, it's October 7th. And today I went to get an oil change after I got done working. It was one of those places where you just drive in, you stay in your car. They have TVs in there. I wasn't really paying attention. I was looking at my phone, and I looked up to see what they were watching, and it was Fox News. And not a second later, the guy who was working on my car must have read my face, or, just thought to ask me if I was voting in November. And I said, yes, sir. And he said, don't worry, I'm not going to ask you who you're voting for. And my immediate thought was, I'm not going to ask you either, but I already know. And it was a moment where this project really came into my head, where, the effects of what kind of news we watch, or things we consume, kind of define and show people on the outside how we think a little bit. So it was a really interesting moment for me. This project really came into my head at that moment. Just a couple other things are, I'm going on a trip that I got yesterday for my birthday to Cape Cod in a couple weeks, and now I have luggage ads everywhere. It's always good to be prepared, though. And then just my usual home decor ads. I have a little thing for constantly changing my house around, so I get those a lot. So I'm pretty used to seeing those. But that's all for today. Hi there, it is Thursday, October 8th. Some of my media consumption today included Brene Brown's podcast, Unlocking Us. She's an author and a researcher, and someone that I kind of listen to get me out of the normal news cycle, the normal hubbub, the normal divisive discourse that we see throughout the media. I really like to listen to her podcast when I need peace of mind. A couple other things. I was packing to leave town, but I did see an ad for the New Yorker on my Facebook feed, and it was a cartoon figure of Trump wearing a mask. And the New Yorker's not something I normally read, but I did appreciate the cartoon. Another thing was I was listening to Anita Baker, and within the YouTube video, it had an ad for Seth Meyers before her song played, which is something that I would listen or watch because I don't have cable. But at the bottom, there was another ad for a health system that had some older people in it. So it was cool to see how the video ad was geared towards me, and then the ad that came along with the video at the bottom was geared to older people, which most people would associate Anita Baker with an older crowd. So those are just a few things from today. We'll see you tomorrow. Hi there. It is Friday, October 9th. I'm coming at you from the great state of Indiana, up here visiting some family and friends. I spent most of the day driving, but when I took my off shift, I did see an ad for Walden University, which was talking about getting a major or a career in social work, which is what I plan to do. But it painted a really pretty picture of social work that is not necessarily realistic. Another ad that came up on social media for me was Causebox. I see that one a lot. It targets people who like environmentally safe things, or people who are trying to be environmentally conscious. And the best one of the evening was on TV this evening. It was a Swiffer ad talking about getting up dog hair. I happen to clean houses for a living and have a dog, and it's very, very unrealistic what they're saying that thing can do as far as collecting dog hair. So that's it for today. We'll see you tomorrow. Hi there. It is Saturday, October 10th. Still in Indiana. Spent a good deal of the day outside, hanging out with family and friends. A couple of things that came across my media usage today were mainly geared towards voting. I got multiple voting suggestions through my Facebook feed. And the other little thing that I saw was on TV just a little bit ago. It was a Gillette razors ad, and it was talking about it being the perfect shave for men. But it's actually the razor that I use as well. So I thought that was pretty interesting and figured I'd document it. That's all for today. Hello there. It is Sunday, October 11th. I've spent most of my day driving back from Indiana, listened to a lot of music on Spotify, and listened to Glennon Doyle's book on Audible called Untamed. Just a couple of things that I encountered today were some ads for Blundstones, which are really expensive boots that I would one day love to own but cannot afford right now. I also got an ad about using collagen, and it just really makes you think about all the ads targeted toward women. There was a pretty woman in it, looked young and youthful, and just how much marketing is spent gearing towards women to tell us what we need to remain beautiful. And then I got a strange ad of a game suggestion on Facebook. Not much of one for any kind of video games other than the good old Mario Kart days, but I have been researching some board games because my boyfriend's birthday is coming and he's really into that kind of stuff. So that was an interesting one that came up. Just another day of figuring out why they show me the things that they show me. But that's all for today. See you tomorrow. Hi there, it is Monday, October 12th. This morning, I spent a great deal of time shopping for insurance. Got new car insurance, but after that, I went to school. But in between classes, I spent a little time on social media. I was reading an article and a Wells Fargo ad came up, which is strange because I'm broke and nobody wants my money or wants to loan me money. So that was a strange ad for me to get and thought I'd screenshot it. Another ad that came across my Facebook feed was for men's underwear. I am in the market for a gift for my boyfriend's birthday, but that's not something that I've searched before or ever worn personally. Also today, as I was pulling up YouTube, the first video on there was Biden malfunctions, and that was just kind of strange because generally I get ads geared the opposite way, so it was kind of cool to see that they haven't quite pinned me down yet. And then the best social media contact I made today was Netflix posting the Addams Family snippet of Wednesday Addams when she's in the first Thanksgiving play at camp. It was just a great play on Columbus Day and Halloween coming up, and the Addams Family kind of fitting into that genre. It was not only great to see because it reminded me of my childhood, but also, to think about how revolutionary that was to put that in a movie in the 90s, when it's something that, people are becoming more aware of now, but the Addams Family had the gall to do it then, so I appreciated that, and that is all for today. Hi there, today is October 13th, and some of my media consumption today included another episode of Unlocking Us with Brene Brown. Today, she had, or the one I listened to today, it was with Bishop Michael Curry. He's the presiding bishop over the Episcopal Church, and that's not normally something that I would engage in, but he was there to talk to her about his book, Love is the Way. And I really appreciated his viewpoints. I don't necessarily align with the Christian faith, but it gave me the warm and fuzzies, and I enjoyed it. Another little thing today that I screenshotted from my social media feed was something about being a Harry Potter fan, which I enjoyed Harry Potter growing up and recently rewatched the series, so I guess my social media knows that. And I also watched an episode of The Office before I started homework after work, and in it, people were playing Call of Duty, and they actually, called it by its name, so I thought that was interesting. It's something that I hadn't paid attention to before while watching that episode, but it was a big part of the episode, so I wonder, how much money went into that. So that's all for today. See you tomorrow. Hello there. It is Wednesday, October 14th, and today's media usage included me downloading TikTok, doing what the young people are doing. Really downloaded it for another class because we have a social problem project for my social problems class. And so I have done tons of research on the guy who drank the juice on a skateboard riding down the road listening to Fleetwood Mac. So a lot of my content for today has included him and the different websites and pages that have featured him. I listened to a little bit of the Supreme Court Justice hearing thing. I listened to Sheldon Whitehouse's clip, and on it had an ad for $750 to my Cash App, and I don't have a Cash App, so I thought that was a pretty interesting ad to have at the bottom of a political video. So that is all for today. We'll see you tomorrow. Hello there. Today is October 15th, the last day of the media project. The last day I have to record myself and play it back. This evening I celebrated by carving pumpkins and making chicken chili. An interesting thing about that is I actually paid attention to, when looking up recipes, that there are ads all over that as well. From Samsung to, I believe it was Straight Talk, but and then even a still, the chainsaw lawnmower people even had an ad on there, and that's something that I had never paid attention to before this, and that's where I get all my recipes, is the internet. Then I was on Facebook and noticed that one of the ads that had come up on there was for Blue Apron, which is a meal site. So I guess they know that I'm trying to learn how to cook. I also had a couple ads from Backcountry. I am currently trying to find something for my boyfriend's birthday, so I'm getting outdoor website ads, and yeah, that's it for today. It's been fun. And that's all, folks. I hope you're awake and that you somewhat enjoyed this media journal compilation. I really appreciated the challenge, but I am glad it is over.